Mike here, and we're having a quick little unboxing of a Clark 1911 drop-in comp kit. This is a 460 Rowland conversion kit, and what this does gives you 44 Magnum power from a standard 1911 handgun like this. They also make these for Glock, and I think maybe Springfield XD or other pistols like that. Frankly, I don't care. I don't own one. Okay, and there's the barrel with its bushing. You got everything. Got the link on there. This is basically an unboxing, so. And very good looking workmanship. And I notice the Clark doesn't have the writing on the end like the Rowlands do. So I guess, you know, make my day. And that bushing just sort of locks right in there. So that locks that bushing in place. And what else we got? Springs that are labeled 20 pound. Probably set that aside. Special bushing wrench that's been cut. In fact, you can still see the burrs on it where they cut it. So that way you can fit it over, since you can't drop it over the bushing. And let's see. And probably this is the heavy recoil spring and fire and pin spring. And let's see, recoil plug, recoil buffer, and a guide rod for that nice big spring. So here's all that. And it's in a Ziploc baggie. And instructions. You load a round into the chamber, shoot it, or dispose of it. The consequence of rechambering the same round multiple times could shorten the overall length of the ammunition to potentially dangerous pressure levels. You know, that could probably happen with any handgun. And let's see what else we got here. Since this takes special bullets, we had to buy some. Rowland probably has the best deal. They offer 200 rounds, and they're well under $1 a round. Even though he does kind of stick with shipping and handling. And they're 200 round boxes, so that gives you plenty of ammo. And we've got plenty of blonde refill kits everywhere. And what do we got here? Buffalo bores, 20 premium grade cartridges. This is the 255 grain. Get the box open. Anyway. I want to make sure those aren't damaged. They're way down inside there. And here we are. Yeah, that's a substantially longer case. And big old fat bullet. Kind of looks more like 45 Colt than it does ACP. Kind of the style of the bullet. And let's see what we got here. 230 grain. Flat nose hollow point. Let's again get the box open. And here these are. Looks like Remington bullet. Kind of has that gold green kind of look to it. And it's rated, and this looks like a rare hollow point. Not very deep either. I think they're probably bonded. So that this thing didn't turn them inside out at that velocity. And these go right here. Yeah, it looks like their head spacing okay. Let's see, the quality of the workmanship on the barrel looks pretty good. Compensator not too bad. I think I would have been happier if they would have polished the and it's on there tight, so question is now, will this drop in? This thing's always been a booger. Okay, well, we're going to take a break here and see if this thing drops in. Okay, last week I shot a video showing you the kit, 460 Rowland kit, and then this week it's installed. I do it, they say drop-in barrel, but I do a little fitting on it, most on the sides of the hood, and especially on the locking lugs. Luck I had a slide stop that was a little bit undersized. I had a couple of slide stops I bought on eBay for I was going to build a 45 a few years back, and found this one's just a hair undersized, so that helped me go ahead and fit the lugs on this. Anyway, well, just recap here. This is a 460 Rowland, and this is the cartridge. I don't know if you can see here. There's just so slight different length in the case. The 460 Rowland's a little longer, but the overall length is the same as a stock 45. So you use your slide, your frame, pretty much your everything, except for the parts you take out would be your barrel, your old recoil spring guide and recoil spring, and in this case I swapped out the slide stop. That was only to help expedite the fitting. Their guide rod's 2-piece, and you screw it in here with your Allen. It's got one whopper of a 26-pound spring in there, and let me tell you, that was a real monster to get in there. You watch the assembly videos on YouTube, about drive you nuts. Just something I didn't realize. I couldn't get the gun unlocked. It was obviously fitting too tight, and also on their barrel had more of a pronounced lump there that needed to be taken off. That thing needed to be taken off, and of course fitted right there on the lugs. A little bit of fitting there, and a whole bunch there, and also right where the run out is, where on the locking lugs up here, a little bit of run out had to be polished out, and also just used a Sharpie, which is poor man's Dykem, and worked on the sides and on the run out, a little bit on the locking lugs to make sure and get them up in there. And then of course relieving this area and fitting these. On the link, The stock length I think was supplied was a number 2, whatever that means, which is smaller than a number 4 I had in stock. Remember, all these links do, these don't help with lockup. What these do is unlock it. That's what the link does. It's, you know, when all this goes yanking back, that's the whole job of that link, is to unlock the barrel. So if it's too long, you're hurting yourself. The what makes this thing go all the way up into battery is the slide stop sitting right there. Actually, to fire, it didn't even need that link pin. So that's what pushes the locking lugs up into position. It's this little part right here. You just don't want to get too carried away with taking metal off of it. Anyway, reassembling this thing, you have to compress the spring, and that's one thing I found was the pressing on their rod. Was I found my old barrel fit right over their kit, and that way I was able to push on it. If you look in your video, and he uses his thumb. My thumb is still hurting when I tried to do that. You know, I don't know how many times the recoil spring guide went flying across the room. So I just laid the slide down on a carpeted bench and pushed on it with this, and you kind of keep your hand over it to keep all that crap contained inside there, and then kind of look at it and make sure you're getting the little dog ears on this faced where they're supposed to go. It's a real pain in the ass to get it assembled, and this is not one of those things where you just quickly field strip with your fingers. That just doesn't. We're going to shoot this thing till it gets nice and dirty, till it stops functioning, and then we'll take it apart. I think as hot as this 460 Rowland is, this gun has some sentimental value, so I'm going to shoot it in this for a little while for deer hunting, and maybe buy a Springfield Armory. You know, so I'm gonna pick up a $500 or $600 45 and do this. In any case, it seems to be fitting up. I managed to get it where it not clicking. Fitted it up where it was just barely not quite going closed, and then I just filled it up with Jeweler's Rouge inside there, and just kept playing with it all week long. And getting it to fit. It's empty mag, the slide stop. Having that extra slide stop that was a hair undersized, that helped a lot. And that way I didn't have to take so much meat off that barrel. And plus, if I ever want to refit this to another gun, I've still got an extra 2.5 to 3 thousandths on there. Since the slide stop was 5 thousandths undersized, but you're only fitting half of it, would be the radius. So I still have 2.5 thousandths left on the bottom of that barrel so I can refit this to another weapon. Anyway, we're looking forward to having 44 Magnum Performance. Got my deer permit. Got a place to hunt over in Jetmore. And I've hunted with a pistol in the past. Both the Ruger Red Hawk and TC Contender. I think here's a really old photograph of where I'd shot a deer with a TC Contender. That was in 730 Waters, which is a 30-30 with the shoulder blown out and neck down to 7mm. Pretty cool cartridge. Anyway, here's a stock 45 Federal, 230 grain. And that looks like some kind of Remington hollow point on this Rowland. And there's, I think, what I want to hunt with. Maybe use this 250 grain, 255 grain lead. I don't know. Of course, this should have a little flatter trajectory. I have no idea where this shoots, and here it is. We're already into deer season in a couple days, and I have yet to zero it. I was just really happy to get it last week, get it fitted, get where it seems to be working properly, and get this thing where it's ready to take out at least test fire. As you can see, just use your magazine. You know, I think this thing would probably, the kit would probably, some people I guess occasionally shoot 45s in there, even though the head space is on the case mouth. I think the extractor hangs on to it. Anyway, I've looked at hand loading this thing, and well, you'd have to trickle every load, because it seems like in between the starting load and the finish load is like 3/10 of a grain of whatever powder they suggest. So whatever it is they're using is pretty concentrated. I think I'm just going to buy some more factory ammo for this thing. I've got 40 rounds of each. And Rowland also offers a variety of ammo, and their stuff is way under $1 a round, so that's in line with, you know, buying 45 ammo, depending on what you're getting. Anyway, I bought a Kimber, so I thought, well, I have two 45 automatics, and here's deer season. I do like hunting with a pistol, so there we go. This thing's ready to go. Let's see, something else came with the kit with the firing pin return spring. It was quite a bit longer than one I had in there. So I just can't wait to get out and test fire this thing. I think I'm just going to go out on a road and set my cannon in the middle of the road, and about 50 yards. And if I hit a 1 pound coffee can with it, I'm going to call it good and take her out hunting. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this. I always admired guns like Automag and even the Desert Eagle, stuff like that. You know, really big automatics that had lots of horsepower. And here, this is, you know, nothing more than a 1911 full-size government model. It was just the muzzle brake on there. I guess they've tried these without the muzzle brake. It beats up the gun too much. That muzzle brake has a lot to do with preserving the firearm. So anyway, I can't wait to try this out. She got her fitted up good and tight, and I polished the hell out of everything, and I just can't wait. If I like the kit, I like the way it shoots and kills deer, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I say, go ahead and buy another frame and slide, or I could either build another 45, because I do have a bunch of spare parts. I got all the small parts. I need to get all the big parts, and I can either build another 45 and fit this up to that, or maybe buy something cheap like Springfield Armory and stick it on there. Anyway, I can't wait to go out and shoot my new 460 Rowland.